Alright, The Legend of Korra episode 9, a couple things to get out of the way. First of all, I'm a little bit behind on The Legend of Korra, so apologies about that. I've not been feeling the greatest lately, and I've not been trying to force myself to sit down and watch and react to content where it wouldn't be good for me, wouldn't be good for you guys. I've been waiting till I've been feeling better. And second of all, yeah, I've got this little thing on my nose here. It's not actually that bad. The camera makes it look a lot worse than it is. I got hit in the face with a basketball. It is what it is. But big time, I appreciate all of you guys' support on the last video. Those 2-episode videos are not easy for me to do, but that was definitely worth it. 2 of the best episodes in the Avatar franchise thus far. I love seeing how things started, going right back to the origin of the Avatar, what the world used to look like, and now everything's just different. You look at this entire situation completely differently. Now let's take stock first of all of where we were at before those 2 episodes. So all of this sus has been thrown onto Varric, and I still don't know how I feel about all of that. It makes so much sense for Varric to be kind of stirring things up to benefit himself. There were still so many questions about what's going on with Unalaq, but where we are now is that we can assume that he's been going into the spirit world through the portal that Korra opened up, perhaps to commune with Vaatu. And after seeing that Rava combined with one and became, you know, the avatar that we see today, it makes a lot of sense that Vaatu could potentially combine with Unalaq as well. We'll see. I still have a lot of questions about Unalaq, like how would he even know about all of this? Are all of these dark spirits that are happening right now purely because it's been 10,000 years since one Rava fought Vaatu? And it's just happening again. It's time for another harmonic convergence. And I was even going as far to think maybe Tonrak, like, you know, disrupting that part in the Northern Water Tribe that he did, that Unalaq kind of set up for him. Maybe that's got nothing to do with these dark spirits. It's just purely coincidental when Unalaq's been able to use it to, you know, become chief and all of this stuff. But I'm so curious because Unalaq has wanted these portals open. And maybe it was just like he said, he just wants to be able to go between the north and the south, like using those portals. It's so interesting. That's just where my head's at. Like everything's different. All this stuff's going on. But with only 6 episodes left, I know I'm going to get my answers and I'm really excited. I'm really curious to see how Korra acts now that she's had this experience as well. Because she was going off trying to do this by herself, making all of these rash decisions, I guess. It's like we got so many answers about things in the last 2 episodes, but it's just opened up even more questions. And if it's anything like how season 1 was with the climax and the story really building, I'm sure the end of season 2 here is going to be really good. Like and subscribe, check out the Patreon for early access and uncut watch-along versions of all of these Korra reactions if you're interested. And with all that being said, enjoy the video. Chapter 9, The Guide. Talk to me. Hey yo, what is that?
Gotcha! Furryfoot, come back!
That looks like a spirit.
Jinora,
oh, wow.
There you are. Come on, everyone's waiting. Were you playing with someone?
Oh, just some imaginary friends.
See, there's a connection here with Jinora and this spirit stuff.
We've got a lot to see today, including ancient statues, ancient gardens, and the meditation hall used by ancient airbenders.
I want to see it. Oh!
Korra?
Korra!
This is what I wanted. This is perfect.
It's so great to see you all again.
It's great to see you too.
Oh, it's a good reunion.
But why are you training at the South Pole?
Oh, Tenzin, you don't know, buddy.
I don't know where to start.
Just tell us everything.
Everything? Okay.
She starts with
I
one.
opened the spirit portal at the South Pole, but then Unalaq turned out to be a bad guy and wanted to take control of the South, so I sort of started a civil war, and then I forgot who I was, and then I met the first Avatar, and then I realized I shouldn't have opened the portal in the first place, and now I need to close it again.
I knew this would happen.
Shut up, Tenzin.
Avatar 1 imprisoned this dark spirit Vaatu in the spirit world.
Look at this background. That looks nice.
And now I think my uncle is trying to free him.
I knew Unalaq. You need to close the southern portal. But if Unalaq's army controls the south, how are we going to get to it?
From the north?
My best chance to close the portal is from the inside. I have to enter the spirit world.
Okay.
A journey to the spirit world. All my years of spiritual training have prepared me for this moment. Today, we enter the spirit world.
Okay. So can Korra, obviously she's the Avatar, but can she get to that specific point from anywhere in the spirit world?
Harmonic convergence is almost upon us.
Yeah, he's all about it. He knows what's going on.
To change the world. This way.
Now, we only ever saw this in the old animation style as well. Oh boy.
There it is.
Yep, this is it. And there's Vaatu.
Asami, hey, what are you doing here?
Varric invited me to watch some of the filming.
Asami, there you are. Is Bolin around?
Up here!
Good. I've got something to tell you both. I found out who's been stealing from Future Industries. Varric.
What? No.
He wants Republic City to go to war, and he wants control of the businesses that stand to profit the most from it.
Varric helped save Future Industries. He's my business partner now, not an evil mastermind.
Well, what about your father, Asami? Remember what happened with that?
Sounds like you've had a pretty busy week. Maybe you just need to relax.
She's getting pretty familiar, man.
Wait a minute. Are you two?
Yeah.
You're dating again? What?
I mean, are they?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
Korra just left a week ago!
The detonators he uses in his movers are exactly like the one I found at the Cultural Center attack.
Anyone could have gotten their hands on one of those detonators.
I mean, that's what I'm
Let
saying.
it go, Mako.
No, I'm not going to let it go.
But Varric is being sus, man, for sure.
Varric's been looking for you. You're lucky. This temple is the most spiritual of all the air temples.
Is this,
By this very garden is where my father met Guru
It's
Pati.
exactly what I was about to say. I remember this place. Korra's always had trouble with the spiritual stuff, though. She made connections with Aang in Season 1, but she never entered the spirit world.
Are you in the spirit world?
Would be if Milo could ring his bell at the appropriate intervals.
Can Tenzin go, though? I don't know if it works like that. I could be wrong. Damn, is that meant to be Aang? Reminds me of when they tried to induce the Avatar state on Aang.
Kaya, this is too much smoke.
What are you saying,
He
Jinora?
could have tried a little longer.
What does this mean? Watch Jinora be like the key to all of this.
Hey, Janora, what are you chasing?
Nothing.
She knows no one else can see them.
Focus.
I am focusing.
No talking. Feel the energy of the universe.
I feel it.
Korra, really. I'm trying to concentrate here. I don't think this location is going to work either.
What's going on with you? How did you first get into the spirit world? Let's try that.
Well, actually, I've never been into the spirit world.
Wait, I'm not surprised by that. Is this supposed to be shocking?
You used to spend days in the temple meditating.
Trying to get in. It's my greatest shortcoming as an airbender, spiritual leader, and son of Aang.
Oh, I didn't know it was like this. I apologize.
There might be another way. Janora, is there something you want to tell Korra?
She is too young and untrained to have any knowledge about spiritual matters.
Actually, I think I do know where Korra needs to go to get into the spirit world. My spirit friends showed me. It's okay, you can show yourselves.
Whoa.
So they were willingly hiding themselves.
I knew it! Looks like she does know something about spiritual matters.
How long have you been able to do this?
I don't know. I guess I've always kind of had a connection with spirits. I think they want you to go down there.
I don't know. The spiritual energy is historically strongest near the temple.
Tenzin is so by the books.
By entering the spirit world through the portal, we bring with us something the spirits never had. Our bending.
Oh.
Join me! Together we can open this portal.
So does he need both portals to be open to free Vaatu? Is that the goal here? Well, that's looking like it's doing something, man.
Desna!
Leave him! Keep bending!
Dude, this guy does not care. These are your children.
This is more important!
Get this guy out of here. Seal him up with Vaatu. Yeah, take that. Yo.
I hear you've got some ideas. You want to tell me about them?
Torture me all you want. I'm not gonna talk.
Torture? The only thing I want to torture is this pesky foot fungus.
Yo.
Oh! Ah!
Damn.
Oh! I
still-
heard
I
you've
still
been
don't know.
investigating the recent attacks on my ships. And I think you know that I know that you know. You know?
I don't know.
I want to offer you a job on my security force.
So we can keep an eye on him?
Me, Asami, Bolin, we're all on the same team here. We want you to join us.
I don't
You wouldn't want anything to
know.
happen to Asami, would you?
Okay, I think I know.
I want your help to protect them.
I mean, he's threatening him,
Without
surely.
you, who knows what could happen?
Okay, for sure.
But the answer is no.
His pride's just a little bruised since he isn't able to see spirits like you.
You have a
Yeah.
natural gift.
You actually got to meet the first Avatar. I know about a lot of avatars, but I don't know anything about him. Is it even him?
I saw how he became the first Avatar by fusing with Rava, the spirit of light.
Avatar's parts just like the statue.
What statue?
When we were at the Southern Air Temple, I was drawn to this old carving. It was the first Avatar.
It was
When
one.
did this happen?
It was on the solstice.
That's the day I opened the southern portal.
Whoa.
Whoa. Interesting. 10,000 years, man.
This is an ancient airbender meditation circle.
But it feels really strange.
Yeah.
We'll have to perform a spiritual cleansing ceremony. It's working.
Hey, yo! That jump scared the hell out of me. Damn, look at these things.
Evil bat!
Not bats! Dark spirits!
Yeah, right. They got that glow about them.
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Do the thing. Good. Ooh. Oh, damn. All the growth and everything? Let's go down there. I want to go down there.
Your spiritual training has come a long way.
Unalaq may be a horrible person, but his spirit powers are no joke.
That's facts, though.
I can't even get you into the spirit world.
Everything Unalaq taught me was to help himself.
Yeah, and that's it.
Everything
Yeah.
you've done was meant to help me.
Oh, that's huge.
I am so sorry for turning my back on you as my mentor. I need you now more than ever.
Good.
I won't let you down.
Good. Hug it out. Good. This pleases me greatly. Now Tenzin's gonna have a moment, because he's really struggling with himself here.
After all these years, my father's dream for me will finally come true.
Come on, Tenzin. This won't be good.
Hi. I just wanted to come by to make sure you're okay. Maybe you need a night off. Why don't we go get some dinner?
No thanks.
Too busy for Kwang's cuisine? Remember? We had our first date there.
Maybe I do need to get my mind off things.
Police! Hey, Mako.
It's Lin.
What's going on?
We busted some triple threats who said you hired them for a job.
Oh no.
They said you helped them steal a warehouse full of Future Industries property.
That's crazy.
So now we're just believing what they say. Yeah.
I have to follow up on the lead.
Well, looky what I found. Cash. And these.
What are you doing with explosives, Mako?
I don't know where those came from.
Yeah, planted there. Yeah.
Once a triple threat, always a triple threat.
Dude, these guys suck. So Varric's also set all this up, right?
It's Varric. This is all Varric. He
Yeah.
set me up.
You in the spirit world yet?
No, I am not. And stop bugging me.
It's okay, Tenzin. Maybe you weren't meant to guide Korra into the spirit world.
No, just give me some time.
It's a possibility.
It's not your destiny. I think Jinora was meant to guide the Avatar.
Jinora will not enter the spirit world. She's not ready for the dangers of the other side.
Oh, you feel bad for him, though.
If everyone could just be quiet and let me focus.
He does have a little ego, man.
I can guide Korra into the spirit world. I'll be all right.
But from Tenzin's perspective, like, I get it, man. To think this is your purpose and then
Perhaps
your
I will
daughter
never
is the
have
one?
connection with spirits like I always wanted. Like my father wanted me to have.
I think there's a big theme here, though, that one line.
We'll wait here and keep your bodies safe till you return.
We'll be all right.
It's big of Tenzin, though, to accept it in the end. Here we go. Damn, look at it. And Jinora's here as well? Oh, wow. Is it because we cleansed it?
Spirit world.
The Avatar is dead, and we cannot open the northern portal. I have failed you, Vatu.
The Avatar still lives.
And she's in the spirit world.
I'll find her.
The Avatar will find you.
She coming.
She has just entered the spirit world.
I feel the episode ending. Oh, dude. Okay. Okay, I think after all that, I feel pretty confident about where we are. Like, I think almost all my questions have been answered. Now, first of all, my apologies on this spirit world thing. Like, my understanding was only the Avatar could just go in and out of the spirit world from anywhere. I think that's just something I assumed. I thought I heard it, but I clearly have that wrong. And I remember that Iroh had something to do with the spirit world, right? And he could see spirits, I guess, in the same way that Jinora can. So I do remember that, but I had that wrong. So I've kind of disrespected Tenzin a little bit there, unintentionally, who you really have to feel sorry for through all of this, by the way. But that was a really good episode. I'm going to go right back through this one. I'm really going to try and break these episodes down now for the rest of the show. It's starting to get real juicy and I want to make the most of it. All right, now I think I'm going to spend a fair bit of time talking about Tenzin's character this episode. There's been such a big emphasis on not just Tenzin, but Kaya and Bumi's relationship with Aang and how they all feel like they've kind of let him down in their own ways. But Tenzin probably feels the most responsibility out of all three of the siblings, being the only airbender and the only one to have children who are also airbenders, you know, trying to carry on the airbenders. And he's devoted like his whole life, like learning all the spiritual stuff and bending. And clearly a big part of this trip is like, you know, teaching his kids as well. Like the very start of the episode, he's like, look, we're going to go on this big tour. We're going to see all these statues. We're going to learn about all these things. The kids are obviously not interested because they're kids, but this is Tenzin, what he feels like is his duty, not just to his kids, but also to Korra, which we see later on in the episode. Now, Korra just pulling up here, I'm very happy about. This is exactly where she needed to go. I didn't even think about where she would go after this. I thought Tenzin would be the one to come back from his trip and go, oh damn, what's going on? But no, Korra's brought the news to them. Completely didn't even think about the possibility that Tenzin had no idea what was going on in the world. And I'm glad they haven't really complicated this Unalaq and Vaatu situation. It seems as surface level as Unalaq knows all about the harmonic convergence. He wants to change the world and he's trying to free Vaatu. It's as simple as it is, and Korra is understanding of that too. And now Tenzin knows. Fantastic, let's go. And this interaction between Mako, Bolin, and Asami. Look, I've mentioned before, I'm so gullible. I love to give characters the benefit of the doubt. So this whole conversation surrounding, you know, Varric, is he the guy, is he not? And even the interaction that Mako has with Varric later on, I'm still thinking, I don't know, because they make the argument, of course, it could be someone who's just taken the detonators from Varric, but I'm about 99% sure that Varric is sus now. It just makes way too much sense. He's planted, you know, the detonator and the cache in Mako's room, probably told the triple threats as well to tell the police when they get questioned that Mako was the one who helped them steal from Future Industries, and now Mako's arrested. Like, it makes too much sense. Everyone else is so unassuming of Varric because of the character that he is. And this whole Mako and Asami stuff, like Asami, look, I can kind of understand it from her point of view, because when you talk about the relationship stuff, as complicated as it is in Korra, Asami is pretty much a victim of a lot of this, right? Mako left her for Korra, like that kind of sucks for Asami, and now that Asami's found out that they're no longer together, of course she'd want to get back with Mako. I don't really blame Asami for this. I feel like she's kind of doing a little bit much. Obviously, it's to kind of, you know, further the plot with the romance stuff. It is what it is. And at the same time, you know, she's also, you know, they're still homies, right? Like, Mako was going to do what he could to help Asami figure out, you know, who stole from her. You could just argue that Asami's doing the same thing, checking up on Mako. He's so concerned about Varric. But I'm pretty sure she just wanted to go out to dinner with Mako again, you know, get that whole thing moving. Look, it is what it is. And now this spirit world stuff and Jinora. Now, this is great. I need to go back and look at that statue again, because supposedly that was one. But I did pick up last episode that, you know, in the statue you can see, and it was Rava. You can see that in the back, which is really cool. And it lit up at the same time as Korra opened the portal in the south. Makes perfect sense. But Jinora just has that natural spiritual connection, like I mentioned earlier. Iroh had that as well. Like, he could see Aang, like, on Roku's dragon that one time. That was so dope. But Jinora was the key. Like, I love that they really sprinkled that in throughout the season. Like, she can see spirit. She has that connection. She had to be the one to lead them to the place. They did the cleansing. That was cool. Korra displayed what she learned from Unalaq, which was interesting. I was thinking about that. Like, why would Unalaq do this or teach Korra to do this if all his intentions were bad? Well, it was to make him seem like he was a good guy, of course. It might come back to bite him because now Korra knows how to do it. And then poor Tenzin, man, like, he just wanted to be like Aang and like live up to Aang's expectations of him so badly. Like, he wanted to get into the spirit world, like carry on all of these teachings, and he's just never been able to. Maybe much like Korra, Tenzin doesn't have that spiritual connection, you know? Obviously, Korra's the Avatar, so she has a little bit of an advantage there. But Tenzin's very by the books. He's like, no, we have to do it this way and that way. Like, you know, even earlier in the episode, he said, you know, schedules are very important. I think sometimes you need a little bit of that free-flowingness to kind of figure these things out. Just like Jinora's like, no, this is where we need to go follow the spirits. And Tenzin's like, no, this is the most spiritual place. No, you got to go with the flow. I think Korra's a little bit like that. They kind of balance each other out in some ways. And I'm glad they found their way back together. And, you know, Korra apologized for leaving Tenzin. They've both gone through an awful lot, like, for their characters, you know, and it's led them to where they need to be. They'll be better for it. I can really see Tenzin at some point by the end of this season getting into the spirit world and maybe even having a conversation with Aang. I think that would be epic. I really want to see that. And when Unalaq, Desna, and Esna are in the spirit world trying to open the North Portal, you really see Unalaq's character here. You know he's not a good guy, but he only cares about this. He wants to bring about the harmonic convergence. It seems like he wants to work with Vaatu. I think that's Unalaq's assumption, that he'll be able to work with Vaatu to kind of reshape the world. I don't know if it's going to be that simple. I think Vaatu might just be using Unalaq. We'll see. But the way he just brushes off his children, like, no, this is more important. That's all you need to know about Unalaq. He's a demon. He can get locked up in the spirit world with Vaatu when this harmonic convergence is over. That's it. That's all you need to know. And then we have the Mako and Varric interaction. Now, I went through so many emotions there, but that pretty much cemented how I feel about Varric. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to bring Mako to his side, maybe keep an eye on him, kind of threaten him with Bolin and Asami. And poor Mako, man, like, he's really onto something here. Like, you could argue that going behind the police's back wasn't necessarily the right thing to do. But as a lot of people pointed out, Lin just really brushing Mako off and not even really giving him a chance or even looking into what he was saying seemed a little bit out of character. And I think they've missed a pretty big opportunity, like not having Lin be a more prominent figure in this season either. Lin losing her bending at the end of last season, that came out of nowhere for me, and that was something I was really concerned about. And then she got her bending back, and then she's hardly been involved, and she was a really good character in season 1, maybe towards the end of this season, but I'm hoping in seasons 3 and 4 they kind of bring Lin back. It's even just having that Beifong presence, like Lin being around, it kind of makes you feel like Toph's around, you know, and that's a lot for me. And then we have this whole sequence of Korra and Jinora being the ones to go into the spirit world together, and this is where you really start to feel for Tenzin, you know, like he wants to be the one to do this. He spent his whole life probably feeling like this is what he was meant to do, probably especially after Aang died, and he's just unable to do it, and that's gotta suck. And you can see when, I think it was Kaya that said Jinora has to be the one to lead Korra in, and Tenzin straight away gone, no, she can't do it, not even addressing Jinora specifically, just saying, no, she can't do it, she's not ready for it. Obviously Tenzin himself believes he is ready. He's probably also looking out for his daughter, but at the same time, that would hurt a man's ego a little bit. You could argue that's potentially Tenzin's flaw in this instance. Imagine spending your whole adult life trying to accomplish this one thing, and then all of a sudden I don't know how old Jinora is, your quite young daughter, it just has this natural connection with the spirit world, and she's going to be the one to lead the avatar that you've been training into the spirit world. That's gotta hurt. I can understand it, and it took him a while to really come around to it, but we got there in the end. I really thought they were going to throw something in there, like Kaya might say something like maybe Tenzin's purpose was, you know, to have Jinora, or to help prepare Jinora for this, because there was emphasis on perhaps this wasn't Tenzin's destiny specifically, but I feel like they've left that kind of open because that might come back later on in the season. Like I said, I know Tenzin's going to have like some big moment. He's going to be really important. He's been through too much this season and had way too much attention for that not to happen. I'll be really disappointed if that doesn't happen, but we'll see. And then that's pretty much it. It's Korra and Jinora that make it into the spirit world. Looks fantastic, by the way. Nothing like how, well, I guess in some ways I think it's just more colorful. Like I remember the spirit world in The Last Airbender, a few times that we did make it in there. It looked a little bit different. That could be dependent on the areas perhaps that Aang was entering from. It could be because this is like in the Eastern Air Temple. Maybe it's because of the spiritual cleansing they just performed. Looked fantastic. But Unalaq and Vaatu are in there, and Vaatu can sense that Rava within Korra is in there as well, and it's all about to go down. But that's it. I feel like I know exactly where we are now. Like, do I still have questions? Like, I'm 99% sure that Varric's the bad guy. It makes too much sense. He's just trying to make all these wars happen so he can benefit from them. Unalaq, it seems like, wants to change the world with the harmonic convergence, you know, free Vaatu. Like, but what specifically does he want? I'm not sure. Does he want to, like, wipe the world clean, like a clean slate kind of thing? I remember Rava was describing that the world would just, it would be chaos for 10,000 years. So we'll see. I wonder how long we spend in the spirit world here, because Korra's objective is to close the southern portal. Unalaq is already in there. You know, there's going to be conflict for sure, and Janora's there. That could be dangerous. What I think is going to happen is both portals are going to be open at some point, because I imagine Unalaq needs both portals open to free Vaatu, but I think both portals being open means Korra can then seal Vaatu away again. We'll see. I'm not sure if Korra needs both portals open. Like, I like, you remember Juan touching one of the portals and then all the crazy stuff happened. I think after that the two portals like merged, so maybe Korra does need both. Either way, I'm sure we'll see. I'm sure both portals will be open at some point. I'm pretty sure Vaatu is going to merge with Unalaq or something like that, just like Rava and the Avatar. Korra's going to do her crazy, you know, spirit binding thing at some point. It's going to be epic. There's going to be Avatar state stuff. It's going to be really cool because it's like Rava versus Vaatu. And then when all said and done, something really cool is going to happen with Tenzin, and then Tonraq is going to end up being the chief. And I feel like Tonraq is just going to be completely in the clear after this, and he's going to feel better as well. And then all the dark spirits will be gone. But it's all the things that happen like in between that. I'm sure there are going to be more twists and turns. Obviously, like, there's all this relationship stuff as well. Like, what's going to happen between Asami, Mako, and Korra. I don't really care too much for all of that. I'm not gonna lie. Just like I said in season 1, all of the plot stuff and story character stuff that surrounds all of that stuff is just so much better. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna go into the next episode now. I feel really good about where we are right now. 5 episodes to go. I just remember so vividly the last 2 episodes of season 1 being where it all tied together. It was really good, but there might be a little build up and then it's all gonna go down. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know, I always appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next episode of The Legend of Korra.